the 12th grade, is that I was a person of purpose. Yeah. That I had purpose. So if you're a young person and you're going to be going to your prom, or you're here supporting one of your family members, I just want you to help me say to yourself, I am a purpose. Come on, I need to hear you so you can believe it. Say, I am a purpose.
I am a purpose.
Hello, and welcome to Celebrity Health Talk with Fatmata Karoma. In this show, I interview significant people in the community. These people come from diverse backgrounds and from all walks of life. My guest tells us about their healthy living secrets and healthy living tips. Be on the lookout for Celebrity Health Talk interviews in your city.
Be on the lookout for these exclusive upcoming interviews.
Author, inspirational speaker, and talk show host, Alphina by Faith. So please relax and enjoy watching this show. Hello everyone, this is Fatmata Karoma with Celebrity Health Talk. I'm here at the National Harbor at National Harbor, Maryland. I'm here with Alphina by Faith. Hello Alphina.
Hi Fatmata, how are you?
How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks for having me.
Why don't you start by telling us, I know your name is Alphina by Faith, and why don't you basically tell us about you, and we can start with your name.
Okay. Well, I'm Alphina, and born with the last name Dumbuya.
Right.
I was born in Azerbaijan to Sierra Leonean parents. I lived in Sierra Leone from the ages of 5 to 10, and then I came to the United States. So I've been here since then, did my middle school and high school in the United States, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So.
Okay. So why don't you tell us about what you do, for the community and what you do for people?
Okay. Well, my biggest goal is really to empower my generation to find their purpose, to know their purpose. I've grown up in the Sierra Leone community in Pennsylvania for the most part, and I've seen a lot of our brothers and sisters who are really not making the most of what we have here as immigrants to the United States. So my goal is, and my purpose is to just encourage people to understand that they have a purpose as well. So like what you're doing, to find something that you love and passionate about, because we're all created for something, so you can be a blessing to your community in one way or the other. So my goal is to empower my generation to seek and work in their purpose.
I know that you're big on spiritual health, and I think that health comes in a broad category. You have anything from beauty, you have things, health and wellness, weight, exercise, but also I think spiritual health is a very important aspect of health. Why don't you tell us about what you do in that area?
Well, spiritual health is very, very important because we're all made by God, and a part of His desire for us is to have a connection with Him, is to have a relationship with Him. So your spiritual health is important because you need to feed daily, for example, on the Word of God. And emotionally, it's important when you talk about health. I believe emotional health is very important, and getting emotional health from your spiritual standpoint is also primary, because if you're not emotionally healthy, you find yourself maybe eating too much, maybe stressing, especially for people who are parents. If you're not emotionally healthy, it feeds into your children, it feeds into other relationships that you have, and it affects your relationships as a whole. So I really strongly advocate for spiritual health, emotional health, because things happen, life happens, and stress happens, but you have to find a way to keep yourself grounded. And for me, I find that grounding in my spiritual health in the Bible. Yeah.
Okay, so what projects are you involved in now? Like, what have you done for this period of time, or how long have you been doing it? Like, what are your projects?
Well, I have been hosting my own inspirational talk show. It's called Talk by Faith, and I've been doing that for the past 2 years. And pretty much what I do is about 3 to 5 minutes of exhortation on the Word of God in the area of faith, and in just areas that will encourage people to promote their purpose, areas that will encourage you to look at what God is saying about how you can better yourself as a young person, as a youth, or as an individual. And I've been doing that for 2 years, and my website is www.talkbyfaith.com. I'm also working on my first book, which is pending to come out at the end of August in 2012, and the book is called Youth Renewed, and it's just about youths looking at areas of their lives through the Word of God. So example, giving, the way God says to give, loving the way God says to love, because I believe that a lot of us have, I've used myself as an example. I did things for a very long time in my own way, and I found that I was not getting the results that I wanted. But when you begin to do things maybe the way that God is asking us to do, then you begin to see the God kind of results. So the book Youth Renewed is just encouraging people to live and walk their life in the way God asked them to do it.
Wonderful. I know that you also said that you also been involved in some beauty aspects. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, I was a Miss Sierra Leone 2001, where a group of young women called African Women of Substance at that time, they had a pageant in the state of New Jersey, and several women came from across the United States representing their state as Sierra Leonean women, and I represented Pennsylvania in that year, and I did win that pageant. And yeah, and also in my undergrad years in my university, they had a Miss Black IUP, which was the university I went to, and I was also first runner-up in that. So.
Okay, wonderful. I understand you do a little bit of singing too.
Well, I have been in my church that I go to. It's called Faith Clinic Church. It's in Atlanta, Maryland, for 8 years, and as a member of the choir there, I have been very inspired in singing, writing my own original songs and learning some instruments. I have for the past 2 years opened with David Van Die's African gospel show that he does. So just doing that, but it's really an area that I'm not concentrating on right now because I'm working on sharpening my skills and sharpening my writing.
Okay, right. So thank you very much for interviewing with us today. Is there any tip that you want to leave with the viewers, your fans, anything that like impacts you the most, that's most important concerning the health field? Or health and wellness.
In general.
Health in general.
Yeah. Well, I just want to encourage you to remain emotionally healthy. You know, as I said earlier, life happens and things will happen in life. And if you're emotionally healthy, you can be better for yourself, especially for people who are single parents. Even if you're in a relationship, you're married and you're dealing with people at your job, if you're not emotionally healthy, you cannot function for the most part. So I really encourage emotional health no matter what is going on. And of course, exercise is always great. Of course, eating right is always great. You know, but if your heart, if your mind is not emotionally healthy, it really limits your function as a person. So that's what I would advise.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you. And I really appreciate what you're doing. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, thank you. So
God
again,
bless.
this is Celebrity Health Talk. We're here with Alphina by Faith. We're here at the National Harbor. And thank you, and stay tuned for more episodes.